Snake, have you ever seen JeYSon and the Argonauts?
I can't say I have.
It's based on Greek mythology. There's this ship called the Argo, and it sets sail in search of the Golden Fleece. Along the way, it encounters many dangers. They run into all kinds of monsters, like bronze giants and the deadly seven-headed Hydra and the vicious bird-like harpies. The most spectacular part of all was the battle scene with an army of skeletons. It was like they were actually standing up and fighting.
Are you serious?
If you don't believe me, go see it for yourself. Then you'll understand the magic of movies. It was totally amazing.
Yeah, all right. If I make it back alive, I'll go see it.
It just came out, so I'm sure it'll still be playing.
Oh boy, I'm looking forward to this one. Do you know what we're watching next?
JeYSon and the Argonauts.
Yes, I've been anticipating this one for a while, mainly because I've always wanted to see the film, but I just never got round to it. From the clips I've seen, it's definitely something that would be right up my alley.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I hadn't seen for years, but it's like you expect to just sort of be channel surfing and just see it on TV.
Yeah, especially since whenever it was brought up to me in conversation, whoever was talking about it was talking as if, you've seen it. I mean, everyone's seen it. It's like, well, actually, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. It's a bit fortuitous we're watching it right now because recently, around the time we're recording this, The Odyssey has come out to quite a big success, which is a similar sort of Greek epic, isn't it?
Is it got different characters in?
Yeah, it's got different, because the Iliad is the Battle of Troy going to get Helen of Troy, yeah? I'm pretty sure. Then the Odyssey is the journey back. But this is, what would JeYSon be? Is it Roman or Greek? I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure it's Greek.
Yeah, I think it's Greek, yeah.
Yeah, it's just confusing because a lot of Roman stuff sort of got morphed into Greek stuff, like Zeus is meant to be Jupiter and all that.
Well, since you've brought that up, I've heard that the acting in the Odyssey film, there's no effort into changing, well, at least not from Matt Damon. Matt Damon apparently doesn't change his accent whatsoever.
Yeah, everyone's just kind of doing whatever.
Which is a real shame, because what I'm looking forward to about JeYSon and the Argonauts is that sort of old-timey Charleston Heston. Is Charleston Heston?
Yeah.
His sort of like way of, it's almost Shakespearean, but it's kind of unique to that era of movies.
Yeah, it's quite in its most, in its feelings. Yeah.
And I suspect a lot of the characters, if not a lot, then at least the main character will be speaking in a similar fashion. And I don't know, just something about the way that kind of performance is just entertaining to me.
Yeah, like Logan's Run, they're just sort of not holding anything back. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. I can't remember, because a lot of films like this, to sort of give the sense that it's kind of exotic, but like they're still not like doing Greek accents. They usually just do like English accents, don't they? Which why do you think they do that? Is it just because if it's primarily made for American audience and if everyone's talking American, it's not going to sound...
I guess it's just what you do, because there's a lot of biblical films where they read their lines in a very similar fashion. So anything that's dare I say make-believe, then that's just the way they do it. And it is very Shakespearean.
I was thinking earlier, I don't know why this thought occurred to me. I think I was just sort of like browsing YouTube Shorts and a bunch of stuff came up that made me think, you know, some people say like, oh, you can like race swap a character from white to something else, but oh, you could never do it like the other way around to make him a white person. And I thought, oh no, there's like a big one that they race swap to white. Do you know what that is?
What, from black to white?
Yeah, or brown.
Who?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to say a poo from The Simpsons or something.
Oh. You know, they're thinking that apparently there's some talk they might bring him back, but with like a new guy to voice him.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
I hope he's good, because they have done that for a few of the Simpsons characters, and some of them have been fine, it's like seamless. But then a couple of others, like, that doesn't even sound like the same guy.
Do you think they're going to do that with Marge?
How come Marge?
Well, because...
Oh, because her voice is getting scratchy.
Yeah, she sounds like she's going to drop dead.
Maybe. I heard that recently she had a bit of surgery, because she's got, like, collicles or something on it. I think it's the same thing Clive Barker has, and it does just make you really raspy. And there's some speculation that because she's been doing the Marge voice, it's sort of exacerbated, but, you know, we don't know. But yeah, I was just thinking, like, Jesus is, like, the biggest race swap in all of history, but he gave us bread. He cool.
White bread? What is this stuff?
he turned the water into wine and the brown bread into white bread.
Yep.
Anyway, we're going to watch JeYSon and the Argonauts now.
Yeah, bring it on.
So, I've seen this film before. I remembered most of it, I think. And the thing that I always really enjoyed about it was the bombastic music. And this opens up with that, with like all the Greek artwork and everything, sort of teasing all the stuff that's going to happen in the film.
Yeah, I guess I did like that as well. But I also sort of expected that kind of music from, because it's an epic tale, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing I noticed was the text for the credits.
Yeah?
It was almost identical to Hercules.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Well, obviously, Hercules took it from this, if anything. And then we later found out that Hercules was a character.
Yeah, and he's not. It's not really the way you picture Hercules, is it? He's quite an older guy, got a beard.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, that's definitely what was weirdest about him is that. Well, when you consider the Disney film Hercules, he's very young, and it's during his youth is when he does all of his greatest things. Whereas when he meets up with JeYSon, and then eventually parts from JeYSon, he hasn't actually done any of the things that the gods want him to do. Mm-hmm. So his journey hasn't even started, but he looks like an old guy.
Yeah.
And he's probably one of the more annoying characters in the end. Yeah,
I mean, he's jovial, but he causes so many problems.
Yeah. That poor little twink guy. I thought they might end up being lovers, but he ended up crushing him in a totally different way. He smashed him.
I know, because he went to go get his giant brooch pin.
Yeah, I mean that's what Hercules is known for. He's a sucker for sewing utensils.
How's he going to make his sash?
That's true.
I thought it was a little amusing in the opening scene where the main bad guy, I forget his name, because he never even fights him in the end, does he?
No, that's what made me think that maybe this is the first of a few films.
I think either, as far as I know, there's not a follow-up to it, but either they were planning a follow-up, or they got to the good bit with the skeletons, and they're like, alright, that's it, we're out of money, that's enough. But, so he's talking to this soothsayer, who's like saying, oh, you're proclaimed to do this and do that. He says, oh, well, if I'm going to win, I don't need my sword. He says, oh, but you will lose it afterwards, and he immediately picks up his sword again, and I'll kill everyone.
Yeah, that guy, I don't know what he was expecting from somebody who, like, predicts the future.
Because the thing is, they always say, like, oh, you made me do this. It's like, we didn't make you do it, you did everything. We just told you how it was. But then, a lot of the time, the reason they do stuff is because they say stuff is going to happen. But then, ironically, them trying to stop it is what makes it happen.
I mean, that's a tale as old as time. But these stupid idiots in the story just don't know it.
And they have to get through quite a lot of stuff, because it is that, as you say, the classic epic sort of structure where it's almost episodic, like they come to a new island or a new place and like there's a new problem they got to solve. In the beginning, where they're setting everything up, they do that scene with the soothsayer and then smash cut immediately to him raiding the city and just like everyone getting killed and everything.
And then fast forward 20 years.
Yeah. It's almost like the gods are watching TV and they've got like a touch screen and they just like swipe ahead to later in the movie.
I actually did not expect to see the gods in this film.
No?
No, I thought it was just going to be... Like, JeYSon was taken away as a baby, and he was brought up... This is what happened. He was obviously brought up to believe that he is meant to overthrow the king, and that is what happened. But I thought that was going to be the exposition that we'd get. We got most of the exposition from the gods, like, in terms of, like, building up the story and then letting the story unfold.
Yeah.
But no, it was very strange. We didn't see him like grow up at all. He just appeared as a 20-year-old. And with a full, very thick beard, by the way.
Yeah, and the only thing we know about his life up to that point is that apparently he can't afford 2 shoes.
No, he lost it.
Oh, when he was in the water?
Yeah, he lost it that very moment. Right. And then straight away the king was like, it must be you. In 20 years, I've never seen anybody with only one sandal.
I thought, have you ever seen Thor Ragnarok?
Yes.
Did you not think that the Russell Crowe Zeus looked a little bit like the Zeus in this?
Well, Russell Crowe He just looks like Russell Crowe to me. Nobody looks like him, and he doesn't look like anybody else. So I'm afraid I can't agree with you there.
All right, fair enough.
I thought he looked like a cross between Brian Blessed and... I forget who the other character was.
Yeah.
Brian Blessed and, let's say, Socrates from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
Socrates.
I mean, both people who would have made very good Zeuses.
Yes, I think so.
I'm surprised, actually. I think of all the movies we've done, probably made the least amount of notes on this, because a lot of it is just action set pieces with like lots of cool stop motion, and it's sort of been cut into the film.
Yeah, there's a lot of anticipation build up because you're told way ahead of the time. Like, for example, the shifting rocks, like what to expect, and then there's all this build up and tension. It looks like it's all going to go downhill, and then miraculously they'll like find a way out of the situation. And that's pretty much it. It is just like set piece after set piece after set piece.
Yeah. And in that particular situation, he had a pocket Poseidon. It's like, Poseidon, I choose you!
Yeah, I don't recall him ever having that around his neck beforehand.
Well, he got it from Doctor Who, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, remember he says, "Oh, I must thank you. I know it's not much for everything you did, but it's all I have."
I like how we're just calling him Doctor Who now. Like he wasn't the blind Pew.
I did feel bad for him because he's just like trying to enjoy some grapes. He's like, he knows these harpies are going to come fuck with him, and he can't sit down and enjoy his grapes, and he just like goes on, he's like, I know I sinned, but I didn't sin every day.
So why must you punish me every day?
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah, that scene was very strange. I didn't expect the harpies to look like that. They looked a bit like Mystique, but with wings.
They were more demonic almost, weren't they?
Yeah, they're not quite the...
Birdie.
Well, they're not quite the Yu-Gi-Oh harpies that I've become, like, accustomed to. That's what I want to see from a harpy lady.
We alluded to this earlier. The character who dies because of Hercules. It's a bit sad because when I saw that scene, he basically matches Hercules at Ultimate Frisbee by skimming it. And it's really hokey the way it works, because it's like, it hops once, hops again a little shorter, hops again a little shorter, but then the fourth one, it just really takes off. But then there's an aside where Zeus goes, "Oh, let him enjoy his victory while he can."
Oh, that was a bit of foreshadowing, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Wait a minute. If he knows what's going to happen, because this is all a game to Zeus.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, how's it a game then? How's he not the biggest cheater of them all? I mean, he made a big moment of like Athena cheating, and he just knows what's going to happen.
I guess the only explanation is he does, so he's just enjoying the ride, or he's just pretty sure what's going to happen, but he doesn't know the specifics.
I don't know. Don't trust him. And honestly, I didn't trust him in the Disney film either. He was a bit too cocky.
Yeah. Well, he's John Goodman though.
No, he's not.
Is he not?
No, he's not. He's Zed from Men in Black.
Oh, he's Rip Torn. Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense.
I don't really want to know what's going on in his sex life. Ripped or torn, that's just none of my business.
Well, his real name wasn't Rip Torn, but his surname was Torn, and apparently Rip was just like every son took that as a nickname.
Oh.
Yeah. What was your favourite set piece of them all? Because there's a lot more than I remember. I mainly remembered the Hydra and the skeletons, because I thought the Hydra, it looks cool, like the way they have all the heads moving, it's very intricate. But I didn't think the fight choreography was that good.
What? I have to disagree with you there. Like the harpies, that looked really crap.
Yeah.
But the skeletons, what I thought was the advantage of that is they clearly like had the actors just do their own thing. And then they animated the skeletons reacting to all of that. And that's probably the best way of doing it. Rather than have like some blind old fella just swinging his stick around. I mean, what's a harpy going to do? I mean, eventually they did show the harpies grabbing the stick and having it flown away. I don't know how they do it actually. That does surprise me. Because there's a few times when props seamlessly they transition between the real actor holding them. Actually, either way.
Yeah.
Because at the ending scene with the skeletons, those two dudes had just snuffed it. The skeletons got to him. And then there was this scene when JeYSon managed to disarm one of the skeletons while he was tussling with him. And then he was holding the spear that he'd taken off a skeleton, but the skeleton's not there. So how did that happen?
I guess they just cut around it, and there was just...
They just passed him it like off screen and said, "Hey, take that. There you go." But no, it is
impressive.
That was impressive, yeah.
Because, I mean, you obviously disagree. I thought when we did the Hydra stuff, I think it's just because he was jumping around and swinging a lot, and then eventually he stabs it in the chest. Compared to that, with the skeletons, it's really... Some of the sword work is a little dodgy, but anytime they kick him or flip him or do anything, it just looks really good.
Yeah. Speaking of being stabbed in the chest, why did that skeleton fall from being stabbed in the chest?
Yeah, I did wonder that.
He said, "Oh no, my internal organs that aren't there."
Yeah. But
Not
yeah,
sure
I suppose I assume your favourite one was the skeleton one because it's just so intricate.
No, actually.
Oh, okay.
My favourite set piece was when Hercules was in the treasure room and he backed up into that wall dildo. He was like, "Arr!" He goes, "Oh, it must have just been the wind."
I know, that was annoying too. It's like in Aladdin where he's like, "Abu, don't touch anything," and Hercules like, "But I want it."
Yeah, you know what? Actually, there's a couple like similarities to obviously the Cave of Wonders. I was getting very Cave of Wonder vibes from that treasure scene. And the Golden Fleece reminded me of the Hand of Midas.
Yeah.
That was very similar, at least to me anyway.
Except instead of turning into gold when it touches you, it heals you. Here's what gets me a little bit. Do you think he should have been wearing the fleece in the final battle?
I suppose it would have been pretty epic, but versus skeletons, I don't know.
Well, it's just he spent this whole movie getting the fleece, and all he really does is use it to heal his girlfriend.
Well, that's what makes me think that really there should have been a sequel.
Yeah.
Because then he could, like, get away with loads of stuff with the fleece.
I bet I just couldn't be bothered. It's just like, alright, we've got another film to do. Let's bust out the armatures again. It's like, oh god, no! We haven't seen our family in 5 years.
To answer your question, my favourite set piece wasn't actually Hercules getting fucked by the wall. It was actually the brass giant Talos.
That was good.
I thought, I don't know, there's something about just the way, not necessarily the way he moved, even though the way he moved was comically slow at times, but I liked just the sound that he was making. It was very realistic and
It was
immersive.
evocative, wasn't it? And I did think it was cool when they're on the beach and he's looking in the distance and you see him come around the edge of a cliff. That was really good. I did think the way they beat him was a little weird because they're around his ankles and he's sort of looking kind of confused. He's not doing anything. And then they undo a hatch that releases all of his, as you described it, his precious goo.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, feels like he's losing all the air or something because he starts holding his neck like he's being choked. And then obviously...
Then he stands up straight, says, "Shit, I'm turning to stone!" And then he crumbles.
Yeah.
Well, he crumbles a little bit, and then he just falls down, still fully assembled.
And lands on that guy.
Yeah. And honestly, if there was going to be a spin-off movie with that Hercules, I thought that they probably would have had him, like, find the dude.
In the afterlife.
But the gods just straight up said, "No, that guy's dead." Also, you have to leave Hercules because he's got other things going on. So in addition to all the Aladdin similarities that I made, there was also a few DuckTales reference. I mean, DuckTales was referencing this.
Yes.
And whatever other Greek mythology.
Was a guy in that called Homer?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And was his dad meant to be Odysseus?
Maybe.
I can't remember. I just remember him saying, he was a mountain of a man. I know. I'm more of a hill.
What a great line. Well, the thing is, right, I saw that, and I was thinking, wow, the hero is kind of like, he's usually depicted as quite meek, and it's usually like the friends he makes along the way that make him strong.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of this film, he just bands together all the strongest men in Greece.
Yeah, which they kind of skim over how he does that. Like, he just says, oh, I'll tell them all there's a cool thing at the end and we'll have the best boat in the world and they'll all fight each other for the privilege of coming with me.
Yeah, and honestly, if I was Zeus, I would be like, that shit's not going to work. You're a nobody. No one knows you. But yeah, that he has all of his friends at the beginning, and I thought by the end of it, he would lose them all. And he would be on his own, but then he would, like, rise to the occasion and, like, save the day and get the fleece and everything. But actually, only a couple of them died.
Yeah, well, when they do, it's quite quick. Like, there's a guy who gets crushed, which he dies very early on. There's the guy who's meant to, because they sort of introduce him like, oh, it's Usemi, and it's so-and-so, like in a montage of, like, them doing all these feats. And the swimming guy, he only has one thing to do, and all he does is he drowns.
Yeah, and we were thinking, like, isn't he supposed to be the swimmer?
Yeah.
The greatest swimmer in Greece? And whose bloody bandage was that? Was that the Judas traitor guy? Or was it him?
I guess so, I don't know.
But he was fine. I don't understand.
He got healed by the fleece. Or that goo that the lady used.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
See, what's the point of having the fleece? Why are they so hell-bent on, like, keeping the fleece when they've got this magical flower goo?
It's meant to be a symbol of the gods showing that they haven't abandoned them.
I don't know, a big Hydra monster being there. It's like, it's quite flexing.
Did you, they've got Athena on the boat, but she's like the buoy, but she's at the back.
Yeah.
Did it remind you a bit of the Thunderbirds?
I suppose so. It was actually less animated than the Thunderbirds.
Yeah. And you notice that, because we were talking a bit about the vocal performances, and it's like, most people in this are just English. The main guy's American, because he's the hero.
Yeah.
But then, like, there's also this cool sort of, like, sorceress type thing that I like in these types of fantasy, which I suppose these days you might describe as, like, an ASMR type voice, where they're sort of, like, whispering directly into the microphone, and it's all cool and mysterious. You know what I mean? That type of voice that they do in these films, where it's like, you must go here and do
I
this.
see what you mean, yeah. Yeah, actually, now that you mentioned Thunderbirds, that kind of does sound a bit like Lady Penelope.
Yeah.
Baxter. What, is it Baxter?
Buster? Is it Buster?
No, Buster is... Oh, I don't know, actually.
Bernard?
Milady.
Is it Bernard?
I don't know what my name is. No, because there's...
Those tables down there are fixed.
I don't know his name.
No.
Oh, well.
But yeah, they certainly weren't Greek, were they?
No, not really. Oh, speaking of, like, the way JeYSon speaks, he is a bit like Charlton Heston.
Yeah, Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston.
Yeah. I don't know why. This isn't really fair, because he's not quite like that, but he reminded me a bit of the Temp from Garth Marenghi.
Well, I thought he was like halfway between Charlton Heston and the guy who dubbed Arnold Schwarzenegger in Hercules Goes to New York.
Yeah. It's like everything is a proclamation.
They definitely have that in mind when they're choosing the main character. They choose an actor who just stands out from the rest of them.
Yeah.
It's probably like an intentional like choice then, if they're having the main character be American. It's not just like Americans are the best, so they must be the main character. It might be more so.
Well, do you think maybe he was like a big star? Because that's quite common with a lot of films. Is like, even in English ones, you'll have like an all-English cast, but then you'll have one American guy, like especially in a war film.
I think in this case, the actor who played JeYSon was an unknown.
Yeah.
And then this made him famous. Because people just had the look, and he was probably like the better-looking guy, and because everybody else just sort of looks like a meathead or clearly evil, like the king. But the way he was like staring at him and said, "I've heard this as well. This prophecy. What do you think of it?"
He really went off on one, didn't he? Because it's like, he started the conversation, he said one nice thing, and I think JeYSon said one thing, and he just slowly escalated. It's like, oh yeah, I know why you're here. You're here to take the fleece, aren't you? Well, you're not welcome here anymore.
Oh, that guy. I was talking about the other king.
Oh, that
king.
yeah, he's pretty evil looking too.
Because he was being so nice to him. It's like, you may rest here as long as you like, and he's still glaring at him.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you're clearly evil, but I won't say no to some bitches and wine.
Shit. I like that gold lady. That's a nice gold lady.
Yeah, I thought JeYSon looked a bit like Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, he's got that sort of brow, I guess.
Yeah, he's got like the eyes.
Did you think it was, he makes a big thing about having the best boat in the world. And I don't know what the caliber of boat was like back then, but then when you see the boat, it's like, oh, this is it. This is like the world-beating boat you were talking about.
Yeah, it was pretty mid-tier, especially to the brass giant.
Yeah.
He just thought it was a little plaything.
Broke it all apart. But then they put it back together, and I guess it was fine.
That was pretty funny how he did that. He just grabbed it by the tip and shook it around.
Yeah.
And no one died. No one died from the attacks, but it was only when he died, someone died.
Yeah.
So maybe they shouldn't have killed him.
And he had plenty of time. I know it's all editing, but he had plenty of time. He could have gone to the left, he could have gone to the right, but I guess he was just like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
The gods ordained it.
I suppose so.
There's a few bits where, like, in a lot of these old films, they're like, I think I've said this before, they like to show off how attractive the actors and actresses are. And there's a couple of bits where they just, like, have ladies dancing, isn't there? And they're just, I don't know, what do you think? Because there's the one where he takes Thingy to the base for the first time and says, oh, you must go find a fleece. Go fuck off and leave me alone. And that was alright. But then what did you think to the whole, like, golden lady? Because she ends up being, like, the queen or something, doesn't she?
She's Medea.
Medea?
She's my dear. My dear Medea. No, she ends up being Medea.
Who's Medea again?
Medea is the JeYSon's girlfriend.
Oh, is it? I didn't
Yeah,
recognize...
because like there was that scene when he was conversing with the king, and she was being all gold, like stood by his side, and then he goes, but Medea. And she like shushes him and like said, enjoy your stay.
I didn't realise, but it's unusual for like the royalty to be the headline musical act for somewhere, isn't it?
I suppose so, yeah. But is she even royalty?
I thought she was his daughter.
I don't know about that.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I assumed incorrectly.
I thought she was just like a priestess. Well, yeah, I have my own things to say about Medea. Let's go back to that dance number. And actually, the clothing in general. Like, whatever JeYSon was wearing, he was wearing a sack at the beginning. And, burlap sack, that can't feel that good. Especially in what I assume is, like, filming in Los Angeles or something. But then, like, as they got to the end of the world, and they met with that second king fella, their outfits were just, they looked stupid. Sure, they were, like, encrusted with little plastic jewelry. I thought they looked stupid. Her being gold and then having this horribly knitted garment thrown on top of her at the end, I just thought, oh man, it must be so horrible, like, filming something like that. I would never do that. It takes me back to when I used to do acting as a kid. And we had these, like, outfits that we would wear. Some of them were alright, but some of them were just like, I'm supposed to be dancing in this kind of stuff. I can't, I'm just getting, like, a hot sweat on, and it's like, it's terrible.
Especially under those lights.
Yeah, and all those people looking at you being itchy.
You seem to because what was there? There was a Falling Rocks where they just had a giant guy in a mermaid costume. That was all right.
It was all right. I suppose that was all right.
There's a giant guy. The Harpies. I quite like the Harpies. Like, obviously, a lot of it is just a blind guy flailing and then they get him in a net. But I think the way they interact with, like, the ruins and the columns and stuff was pretty cool. There's obviously the Hydra, the skeletons. I feel like I'm definitely blanking out on some stuff here. But what is it? What did you like so much about the Hydra one? Because you said you liked it more than I did. I guess it's.
No! When you said no, I actually didn't like the Hydra fight.
Oh, okay.
It's the skeletons. The skeletons is what I found was impressive.
Oh yeah, I agree.
While disarming things.
In a way, it's good actually that they had the what I thought was it was still cool, and like the stuff where like they had the actors in the tail, even if the guy's death throws were a little funny, just like.
Yeah, did he die?
I think he must have.
He just laid there for the entirety of the fight, and then he was safe, and then he decided to die.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, well.
But yeah, having that one right before the last one, I think did make the last one pop a lot more. But yeah, it's a fun film. I like that kind of structure where it's just, you go somewhere, there's a new crazy thing to deal with, and, you just got to do it. It's kind of episodic in that sense. So yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, maybe it would have been better as a series. Like, not a series of films like it looked like it was going to end up being. But if they made it a series, maybe it would have got more funding. They would have actually finished the whole story.
Yeah, because apparently that's even the case with, like, the new Odyssey film. Like, it has to, it can't cram everything in. You have to leave some stuff cut out or abridge certain things. But it's why you haven't seen the live-action One Piece, have you?
No.
But that's got a similar thing where, like, every time they go to a new island, it's a new thing. And, like, some of them have a couple episodes, some of them are 3 episodes, depending on how much story they need. And, yeah, I could see something like that working for an old epic like this.
I'd say that overall I did enjoy it. But I don't really know why. I guess it... No, I just really don't know why. Because, like, it was all right. But it wasn't like I was expecting it to knock my socks off just a little bit, particularly with the special effects, because well at the time they were like really really cool, and I did like the skeletons and I did like the Talos guy. There were a few more like sculptures around him. I was kind of hoping maybe that one of them would, I don't know, maybe aid them.
Yeah, that
would have been a better way to resolve the issue. Like if he had saved a wish for Athena. Then instead of like fixing the boat, they could have one of the other brass statues to fight with them.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of the stuff she does are just like cheap tricks or bits of advice.
Yeah.
What do? Use your head. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't want to use my head.
Yeah, and that poor guy who was supposed to be the smart one, he died in a really stupid way, and he didn't get to use his smarts at all, apart from to say, Hercules, now don't you fuck that wall. And he fucks the wall.
Yeah, I don't know. But it is kind of nice that Hercules feels bad about it, at least.
I suppose that's true.
Well, I suppose I should see what we're watching next. I'm not sure I know how to pronounce this, but the next film on the list is The Guns of Navarone.
Guns of Navarone?
Guns of Navarone! Yeah, well, I don't know anything about that. I assume it's a Western, but it might not be.
Yeah, Nazarone. I mean, I can only guess that had something to do with Mexico, perhaps?
Possibly.
But the way you said it doesn't even sound Mexican.
It
You
could
need to
be,
brush up on your Spanish.
could be Navarone.
Now you're just being offensive.
We'll see how offensive I am next time. On the show. Really big cute.